Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, y'all? Crazy Al came back again with another ride. Finally got some good weather now. About to get my bike ride on. Got 27.5 out. We here at Cunningham Park. About to go to Manhattan, midtown Manhattan. Ugh. All right. And today, we're going to take a different route than the last time. It's a little bit, it's not better. It's like a bike path that takes me into Flushing Meadow Park, as opposed to riding the service line, the service road, Horace Harding, on next to the Long Island Expressway. This line I'm gonna take is a bike path, mostly bike path. Then it gets sketchy though. When you get closer to Flushing Meadow Park, it gets a little sketchy. So it's really windy heading to the city today, so that's gonna be a challenge. Definitely windy. All right, so right now, about to pass by Cunningham Park, the trails over here by Francis Lewis Prep, Francis Lewis Boulevard. This is the park on the right side here. We're not too far from the jet line. This is the northwest side of the park. Entrance right here to the trail. That was the trailhead. And I need to get to the bike path. The green line. Or the greenway. Is it the greenway? Green beltway, greenway, green something. I have to get to it. So we'll do the cut across, the bobbly bip, and we'll get there. Yeah, this is like a constant wind blowing against me. I'm glad I left early, so that way I don't have to stress speeding to get there. Temperature's real nice. Not too warm, not too chilly. Perfect weather for riding, especially if there wasn't no wind. All right. Okay, now we're on Horace Harding. And we're about to head to the greenway, the green line. I gotta raise my seat post up so when I sit down, my knees won't be in my face. Mostly because I got the camera on me. And my legs are hitting the camera. So that bridge right there is a pedestrian and also bike path that takes you all the way to the greenway at the park, at Cunningham Park. And then it continues this way on this path right here. Now, I'm really supposed to be on the right side, but look at this green right here. But there is a semi-bike lane on the other side too. I'm gonna show you that in a second. Look at this guy coming over. All right, so this actually is made to go in the opposite direction. As you can see, I'm riding against the traffic. So where I'm really supposed to be is on this side. But this is sketchy because you're sharing it with the cars, and obviously it's not wide enough for both, which makes this side sketchy. But you do see the bike sign. That's how you know you're in a sketchy bike lane, when you see when you don't see green, that means you gotta share the road with the cars, which might as well not even be a bike lane at that point. My shoelaces got caught in my cranks. That's not fun. Let me tuck those bad boys in. So this is Underhill Avenue. Underhill Avenue with the bike lane. Got the park on the left-hand side. It's a pretty nice chill ride. Look at this person, they didn't even stop for the light. Didn't even stop for the stop sign. Didn't turn their head, didn't even look. This guy's not looking, just driving. Gotta always be on alert. Especially nowadays, when they consider you a target on a bike. All right, let's go back over to the green. So this is not as a direct way of going to the park, Flushing Meadow Park. Kind of takes you a little bit off course a little bit. But I wanted to show you this line because this is the more bike-friendly way, apparently. They got a two-way here, two-way bike lane here. Then you go into the park right here, take a right turn. Now you got this little park area right here, a little in between, which is pretty cool. Let me lift my seat up. I'm gonna lift my seat up. So when I chill, I can still pedal without hitting my camera. Oh yeah. Lift that bad boy up a little bit. Alright. Now I'm really gonna be cruising. Alright, so we cut across here, there's more park on the other side. This is Kissena Corridor Park. Cool little bike lane. A little bit on the bumpy side, but it's a nice little path here. Real nice little path. Definitely don't want to sit down if you don't have suspension. It gets a little bumpy there. But it's definitely a cool little path. Big old park on the left-hand side. So you get let out over here, make this left. They should make a bike path that continues all the way along the side. That'd be really cool. But you gotta go on the street. But it's not that not a lot of cars that ride this area. But it would be cool if they paved that, made a little bike lane. Right here we're on Underhill Avenue still. Whew. Nice. Yeah, they could do that right there, pave it, make a path. Nice area for a pump track. For real, for real. There's lots of area in this park that you can put stuff like that in. Alright. So now we're going to cross into the rest of the line here. We are entering Kissena Park. So this isn't the corridor park now. This is the park. Kissena Park. Now we're part of the green belt. Take a little shortcut going this way. One day I'm gonna have to come here and explore this park. It's pretty big. But right now, on the mission to get where I gotta go. We have a nice lake here. Nice scenery. All right, so you continue here. This little path over there. I wonder if that's for mountain bikes. I don't know. I don't think so. Cunningham is the only designated mountain bike trails in Queens that I know of. But Kissena Park, it's got some potential for that type of stuff. All right. And this is some more of the path in Kissena Park. I like this part. It's nice views. Real nice over here. We got some little trails over there. I wonder, like I said, I have to come back here and explore, see what they got in this park. Big baseball field. Really big baseball field. So many baseball fields in New York. So many. Can we at least make one of these things into a BMX track? That'd be so nice. There's so much room to put a BMX track. So many baseball fields. It's crazy. Look, another baseball field. 1, 2, 3. 3 baseball fields. All we need is one nice pump track in one of these spots. It'd be great. All right. So now we have left leaving Kissena Park. This is Kissena Boulevard. And see, not a lot of car action. Very little car action. Cut across, and there's even more park. Got this little path here, which cuts across to Peck Avenue. Uh, 152nd Street. This path takes you to another bike path. Now what park is this over here? Because we're about to head another park. And this is part of the Greenbelt. Brooklyn, Queens, Greenway. This is another Kissena corridor park. So it's another corridor park. But this is on the west side of Kissena Park. So after you leave Kissena Park, on the west side you have a corridor park. Now here's where it gets interesting. Kissena Corridor Park Trail. Get some off-road action here. So if you got a gravel bike, cross-country bike, and you want to get some paved trail action, some gravel trail, some dirt trail, you got this park to go through. There's a couple of lines in here that you can take, but we're gonna go straight. We're gonna go straight. That fence is new. Haven't seen that fence before. Oh, they're working on the trail. Look like they ripped the trail up. Yep. There was a trail that goes across, but they ripped it up. I guess they're gonna repave that. Whew. They have a garden over here, a big garden on that side, real big garden. This part is cool. Little hidden gems in Queens. What's up, man? All right, so there's lots of little trails in here to explore. A whole lot. You got it. So you exit out here and you wind up right by the hospital. The Julia and Ned Arnold Center of Radiation and Oncology. Whew. 56th Ave and 141st Street. We're behind the New York Presbyterian Hospital in Queens. And then you see the Greenbelt sign that was over there. This is where it gets sketchy at. So this is Main Street, and this is where it gets a little sketchy. But what I do here is actually part of the Greenbelt route. You make a left here, and then you go past the Queens Botanical Garden. So that on the right-hand side is the Queens Botanical Garden. And we just follow this road all the way around. This is probably the sketchiest part of the ride, since there's no bike lane and you have to share the road with the cars. Sometimes I ride on the sidewalk. It's a really wide sidewalk. Actually, I'll show you how wide the sidewalk is. Pretty wide sidewalk, so you kind of don't have to deal with the cars if you hop on the sidewalk. Get a nice view of the Queens Botanical Garden. Whew. Definitely in better shape than I was the last time I did this, because I'm still feeling all right. And I definitely give credit to all the laps that I did at the jet line. It was 2 days in a row that I was just really riding the jet line, no digging, just riding. And that really helped me with my fitness. I need to continue doing that. It's been a while since I did it, so I really got to continue doing that. Keep the fitness levels up. Very good for the stamina and everything else. So, all right. So now we're entering into more sketchy area, just because it's not really bicycle friendly, but it's not bad. We've seen worse, but people who are new to the game may think this is kind of sketchy. Now we're entering Flushing Meadow Park. So I had to stop the tape for a second just to make sure I got that footage. It's never fun when you record a bunch of stuff and it winds up getting deleted because you didn't, something happened with your recording, so I wanted to make sure I got that. So I paused it a little bit there, but we're getting pretty much a straight up full-on edit of me riding to Midtown. Now, there's two ways to do this. I could cut straight across and then make the right. I'm gonna follow this around. This is the route the cars would take, which I believe is a little bit closer to where I want to be. I save a little bit of time going this way. But yeah, you can go straight through the park and make a right over there by the tennis courts, and you'll wind up right back on this road. But the cool thing is you'll see there's a food stand over there. You can get some breakfast, some water, some juices, all kind of stuff. But I said, let me take this way since I took that other way last time. Switch it up a little bit. But this takes me right to the same place. and less bumpy than riding in the park. Inside the park, it's a little bit on the bumpy side from all of the trees that grew and turned the land up. And this is a museum right here that I have never been to. I need to check this museum out. It looks like the bridge is closed. Hopefully the pedestrian path is open, because this is the way I gotta take. Okay, cool. It's open. Ooh. All right. So we're going over this little bridge here. Nice views. Real nice views of the park. All right. They got the golf course over here. They got miniature golf. I didn't know they had miniature golf here. Never seen that. I'm always on the other side, so I never get to see that. They got miniature golf. Now, I want to go this way. All right. So now we're back on course. So right here, this little bridge here takes you to the 7 train. So, like I said in the last video, if you get to this point and you're like, I can't do no more, you hop on the 7 train over here, takes you right into the city. You can also take the Long Island Railroad. I think you can catch that from here too. I see the trains over there. I'm not sure if there's an official. There's got to be a Long Island Railroad stop here. Yeah, because the tennis courts are here, so definitely. I think. Once again, we're going past the tennis courts. World Cup, US Open. And there's no designated bike lane on any of this, which I think they should do that. You know, it's not a lot of car traffic in here, but it would be cool to know that you have a space for your bike. So when the car does come around, it'll lessen the risk of something going wrong. Doing construction over here. They're building a new building. So, see that in progress. And now we're about to be almost exiting the park. Whoa. Car was parked in a strategically bad place. Okay, so this is the last leg of the park, and then we're going to be with the cars getting busy. So that whole first half of the ride, 90% no car traffic, 90%. Majority of that was trail and bike path, which is cool. And now we're back with the cars. So go from like a nice peaceful ride to now you got to get aggressive with it. Alright. Now we're on Roosevelt. underneath the train. This is the 7 train line that we're under right now. A little bit of an incline. A little bumpy. Construction work going on. Got to keep your eyes peeled for all kind of activity. Your best bet when you're in traffic like this is to try to keep pace with the cars. Don't want to go too slow, because that could be a little bit dangerous. It's light right now though, traffic-wise, which is cool. Then of course you gotta be mindful of the doors. Gotta always be mindful of those doors, because they can open at any moment on you. So you always want to keep a relatively safe distance from the doors. We're on 108 now. Keep a relatively safe distance from the doors, just in case one is about to open on you. So I think I consider this the midway. Yeah, this is probably midway through the trip. So we're about 6 miles in at this point. Oh, speaking of that, the one thing I forgot to do. Daggone it. I forgot to put my Strava on, y'all, so I can document my miles. I could see how long this way took in comparison to the other way. Could create some segments, so that way I can try and have some goals every time I ride the same spot, improve my time, all that good stuff. But I have to wait till next time. So Strava is on now, so it's only going to document from here until when I get to the city. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. All right. Anyways. Let's get going. All right. Okay. So now we are on, what's this, 34th Ave, which takes us all the way across. And this is a shared road. If you haven't seen the other video, this is a shared road. Then it turns into a bicycle pedestrian road. Right now it's shared with cars. At least we have kind of have our lines to divide the cars from the bike lane. It's kind of worn down, needs to be repainted. But they did give you the space to let people know that this line is for the bikes. That's a good look. And also, if you didn't know, this block, and I'm sure other blocks that have bike lanes, the lights are timed, so when they turn red, you have about 3 to 5 seconds to go through. So when this light turns red, the other light doesn't turn green until like 5 seconds. So you do have time to continue your ride. You don't have to stop completely and mess up your, your you could be tired and you got a nice little pace going, and then if you stop, it's gonna kind of ruin your pace. But you do have time to go through the light once it turns. The other cool thing about this line is that the lights progressively turn green. So as you go down, each light turns green. There's a certain point where it cuts off at, but right now you can see every light's turning green in the direction that I'm going, which is also cool. So now I should have a nice run where the lights just consistently turn green. I think when you get to the major intersection, it's kind of where it cuts off at. But right now, every light that I get to is turning green. So that's what's up. So here we are at Junction Boulevard, and right here, Junction and 34th is where it turns into bicycle and pedestrian only. Now, of course, you know, some cars violate, try and go down the block, so you gotta be careful of that. And some of these lanes are blocked off for the schools. Luckily, this one's open. And this is all, it's all bike and pedestrian lane. And I still got the green light action happening, which is great. So this light here is red. Hopefully it turns green soon. I think it just turned red. So this is like the cutoff, basically. So this light turned red. So we come through here like this. And this is a good place to like kind of chill out, relax, get some rest from the ride. Green light. So when the light turns red, I'm gonna stop and count how many seconds you got till the other cars go. Like this one appears about to turn red. 1, yellow, red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't tell, there's no car here. All right, I'll go down here. There was no car, so I couldn't tell you when when it changed. I could have looked at the light though, but gotta keep it moving. All right, so this one is red. I'll probably catch one more light on this where it turns red, and I can we can time it out, time that bad boy out. But this is a nice little ride, man. You know, this is cool. Nice little casual ride. Some nice tree coverage. Not bad at all. Fun. All right. Now, this one was already red. All right, so this one just turned green. So for the most part, I didn't even have to stop, because even when the lights were red, it was either no car or maybe 1 or 2 cars. So I didn't really have to stop. So now we're going up a little incline. Going uphill. Okay, this one's turning yellow. All right, now it's red. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that one turned green with the quickness. That one turned green real fast. That's different. Usually doesn't do that. Well, 82nd and 34th Ave. Be careful of this light, because this one turned green as soon as the other one turned red. Don't get me the lion. All right, so now we're at the top of the hill for the most part, and we're gonna start going down. Start coasting. Start coasting downhill. Get that coast on. Yeah. Okay, this one turned yellow. Now it's red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's about a good 10 seconds. About 11 seconds before that bus driver moved. About 11 seconds, so now you know. But that one block though, sketchy. Sketch. All right, so I'm gonna let this camera chill for a second so I can get the rest of this footage. All right, so that was the end of the shared pedestrian bike lane. Now we're going back to bike lane along with the cars. Going underneath the, what is that? BQE? Yep, that's the BQE we just went under. 64th Street, 34th Ave. Straight bike lane action. There's a lot of warehouses and things over here. Alright, so we're almost off of 34th Ave. Getting real close to the end of this. Yeah, it's a beautiful day for a bike ride. The wind isn't too bad, so you can still kind of flow. But yeah, it's nice out. All right, now we're on Broadway. On Broadway, heading to Northern Boulevard. More bike lane action. Gotta love a bike lane. Oh, it's not cut off. They try to cut it off for bikes, I guess. I'll take this way though. All right. Bike lane continues that way, but we're gonna cross the street. And we're gonna have to speed up. All right, now we're on Northern Boulevard. And this is always sketchy, because that's the car wash line, and they don't pay attention. The best bet is to go on the outside of them. Oh. All right, whew. So far, so good. I don't feel too worn out, which is good. It's part of Northern Boulevard. A slight decline, a little downhill, which is great because I still have to go over the bridge. That's coming up next. Even the lights over here are delayed. When they turn red, since there's a bike lane, there's a delayed green. Because a lot of people on bikes and e-bikes and stuff like that ride this. And it's just safe to have it where the green light is delayed because people like to jump the light, you know, trying to get across real fast and things like that, which can make things a little hazardous for people. So it's good that they have a delayed green on these lights. All right. You can see the city in the background. I see the city. All right, so I'm gonna let this camera chill for a second. Woo. Oh yeah. Still going downhill. Nice little chill ride. Lots of room for the bike lane. Gave you a whole lot of room. It's a whole lane basically for a car. They gave you this space for the bike, and that's a little buffer zone in case somebody gets a little loose on their bike or their car, which is cool. Now we got a little sketchy action because we got construction on the bike lane. That's a common thing you run into. Took up the whole bike lane. All right, man. Well, you got that. And now we're back to normal. Got the e-bikers going past. And still going down. So this is all like no stress on your legs type riding. But sometimes I come down here, I get gassed up, start like wanting to race the e-bike or something. And I'm not even thinking about the bridge I got to climb afterwards. So by the time I get to the bridge, my legs is worn out. I can't even go over the bridge. So try not to get gassed up by this little downhill, because you'll be paying for it when you get to the bridge. Most definitely. Unless you fit like that and your legs is ready. If you got it going on like that, then go ahead. You know? But yeah, because I'll be sprinting, trying to catch people, pass people. Then it'd be time for the bridge, and I'm like, no. We're not gonna be able to do it. Alrighty then. Okay, now we're back underneath a train. So this same train right here is the one we were under earlier. No, it's not. I'm lying. This is the N and the R. I believe the 7 goes down Queens Boulevard. Yeah. This is the N and the R train. Takes you to Astoria. That's what this train is here. When we get to Queens Boulevard, we run into the 7 train line again that we went under when we were over there by Flushing Meadow Park. So the 7 train line comes all the way over here. And then they all meet at Queens Plaza. So up there, the train station for Queens Plaza is right up there. And R7. are up there, and then underneath is the E, the F. Oh, I'm sorry, not the R. The N train goes up there. R train's underneath. So it's R, F, E, Q. They're all in the subway. Above is the N and the 7. Oh boy, I'm about to put a graphic up. I'm forgetting what's going on. Alright, so now we're at the bridge. We are at the bridge. I'm so comfortable just sitting down. I don't even feel like getting up and pedal. But I'm gonna have to. Take my time. I'm gonna take my time with it now. Gotta breathe. If you don't breathe in this hill, it's a wrap. And I can't go too fast, because then I burn myself out. I gotta pace myself ever so gently. Don't do the most. But the good thing is, my seat post is up high, so if I do get really tired, I can sit down and try to pace myself that way. One thing that's important about getting over the bridge like this, without dying from exhaustion, is you gotta pace yourself. My RPMs, too many RPMs. I want to go a little bit slower. This gear is really easy for this type of climb, because it's so long and gradual. Gives you that slow burn. So now I'm tired. So now we pedal and we chill. And we pedal and we chill. Which is kind of a harder way to do it, because when you start slowing down again, it's that much harder to get your speed back up, because you're going uphill. So it makes it a little difficult. Now, I can easily sit down and probably be alright, but I'm trying to work these legs out, man. Anyways, like I was saying before, you want to get your foot in the right position for climbing. You don't want to be in the middle or the back of your foot. You want to be more in the front of your foot, the ball of your foot. You want your pedal to be just behind your toes, just behind. So that part of your foot. At least that's where I like to have it when I'm climbing. Also, when I'm racing, coming out the gate, you want to have your foot in the right position. All right, I'm sitting down. This is a little harder, but I can pace myself better when I sit down. As you can see, I'm pedaling more now than I was when I was standing up, because I was wiped out. The goal for me is to get over the bridge standing up all the way to the top. That's the goal. That's when I know I'll be in some decent shape. E-bike Annie over here, ringing the bell like she's doing something. Ringing the bell like, get out of my way. All right, e-bike Annie, let's go. And the wind's blowing hard too. of my way. Beep, beep. Oh yeah! Always fun passing the e-bikers. I think they are hot stuff. Oh yeah. Also helps with the cross training. Helps me push myself. When people do that, get to push myself a little harder. Which helps me overall with the fitness and the training. How you doing?
I'm good.
All right. Whew. That was a nice workout. Anyways, in the city now, 60th Street. But you know what I'll do? I know what I'll do. Alright, so I'm gonna switch it up for y'all today. I'm gonna go down 60th Street so you can see the bike lane that I was telling y'all about on the last video. We'll go down that bike lane today. Alright. Whoa, whoa. Little tight, son. Alright. Bike lane action. 61st Street coming up next. Woo. Oh yeah. Oh boy. A little tight. It's a little tight. It's a little tight, son. Oh, okay. All right. 60th Street, bike lane, all day. No cars on the right. Cheer. Oh, no looky. No looky. All right. So this is a lot less stressful than taking the other way. But if you like the stress, it's a lot more fun taking the other way. That's that fun stress. Can't be mad at that. But this way is definitely, so far, a lot less stressful. Okay. But puddles. I'm not going in the puddles. Then we got somebody going the wrong way. I'm not doing puddles today. I'm not a fan of puddles. But so far this is nice and chill. Alright. Oh, bike lane. Now we got an Amazon bike parked in the lane here. I want one of those. It's pretty cool. More puddles. I don't like puddles. And now here we are, Central Park East. Huh?
You got me itching to ride my dirt truck around.
Yeah, man. Bring it out.
I was impressed in you how that bridge.
Oh.
You got that
Ooh, nice day for riding too. Yeah, man. All right, man. Have a good one. All right. Over KB. All right. Central Park East to Central Park South. Coming right up. Now you have this lane here, which is for the horse and carriage. They got it nice and divided now. Last time they didn't have the dividers. Now we do. So it also works as a bike lane. Central Park South action. Woo! Wind is still blowing against me. Alright. Uh-oh. Got the one-wheel bike guy, got the helmet on, got the whole bodysuit, knee pads. Facts. That's how you really should be doing it in the city when you're riding. Whew. Oh yeah. 7th Avenue. 7th Avenue. Okay. All right, y'all. Whew. That was a good one. That's pretty much it. Little POV BMX cycling action from Queens to the city again. Whew. How many miles did I go from where I started? It's gotta be 6, 7. 7.1 miles. So yeah, that was pretty much more or less the halfway point. Yo, get out the street, man! Yo, get out the street, man!
You late, man. Hurry up. They're waiting for you.
All right. Woo! All right, y'all. It's Crazy Al Cayne. SugarCayne.com, CACTV. Check out the Al Cayne YouTube channel. All bikes all day on that channel. Nothing more, nothing less. Whew. All right, I need some water.